So let me show y'all something, world. I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like I just proposed to my girl.
10 years,
yeah, we've been together.
10 years.
Yeah, we've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking at it.
In the car, you ain't put no thought into it. You ain't taking me out to dinner, nothing. No type of little setup, bro.
Why do it? But
flowers, nothing. Just this ring.
But Crystal,
and then after 10 years,
Crystal,
no.
You said you wanted to be married.
I don't want it.
I went out and bought this ring.
5 years ago. I don't want that shit. Now it take you another 5 years to propose to me. No, I don't want.
What you mean? So 10 years? Look, 10 years for me. That tells me if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
It don't take you 10 years.
People true colors.
It not take you
people
10
true
years.
colors don't be coming. Like I got to see your true colors. It do take people 10 years. Everybody not the same. Like I don't get it. What you talking about? Like so you really don't want to you don't want to marry me.
I don't want that ring. And you know what? I'm finna pack my shit because I just don't.
So you finna break up with me because I got you a ring 10 years later?
What type of thought is this? We in the car.
What you mean we in the car? Like, it don't matter where you get proposed to, as long as you get proposed to.
I don't want that shit. Can you stop recording me?
I'm not finna stop recording because you unappreciative, and I want to show the world how unappreciative my girl is. Like, I don't understand right now. Like, you got a whole, like, you know how much I spent on this ring, and you complain about where I'll propose to you at? That's what you complain about?
In the car. It's no type of thought into it. And then it's been 10 years. I don't want that shit now. It took you 10 years?
Okay, everybody not the same. Maybe it take me 10 years to realize if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
I don't want it.
That's crazy. Like, I don't get you. Like, then you talking about you finna leave. Where you finna go? Where you finna go?
So if you haven't seen the video, please take a look at the video. So this gentleman proposed to his girlfriend in the car after 10 years of her wasting her youth with this man, only for him to say the excuse is the fact that he wanted to see her true colors. So it took you 10 years to see her true colors. I mean, 10 whole years to see her true colors, and then you have the nerve to propose in the car as if she's supposed to jump up and down and say thank you for finally proposing to me after 10 years. Apparently she asked him 5 years ago, and it took him another 5 years to propose. It takes about a year to 2 years. You have about a year to 2 years with me in order to decide whether or not I'm the one for you. And after 2 years, you haven't decided, I'm leaving you, we're going to the next one, because I'm not wasting, 10 whole years with someone. And then for him to even say, oh, you should be glad that I'm proposing to you. Oh, proposing is, that's all that matters. That's what he made it seem as if that was the only thing that matters. You know what? Most men really don't think when it comes to stuff like that, because I have a friend of mine who I basically had to tell him what he should be doing for his girl when he was proposing, because his idea was he was going to take the ring, put it on the kitchen counter when she wake up so she can see it. What the heck is that? Are you asking her to marry you, or are you giving her a gift? Because if I wake up and I see the ring on the kitchen counter, I'm just going to take it as a gift and just wear it and not say anything, because to me, you're not asking me for anything. You're just putting a gift there for me, and thank you for the gift. But I wouldn't take it as an engagement ring because you didn't ask me properly. So I told him you should go to the beach, set things up, or the dinner one was good too, but going to the beach, setting things up, setting the scene, maybe getting some notes that says, will you marry me? Stuff like that. But men a lot of them just don't think. To them, it's not really a big deal, which I understand, but sir, it does not take you 10 years. Like, I wouldn't mind getting a ring. I'm not really all desperate about getting married and stuff like that. If it happens, it happens. If not, whatever. But I'm having a great time with the people that I'm dating. With the people, the men that are in my life. But I would not accept a ring in the car after 10 years, and plus I wouldn't waste my time with someone for 10 years. Anyways, guys, that's my take on it. Take a look at what everybody else is saying.
So let me show y'all something, world. I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like, I just proposed to my girl.
10 years,
we've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking at it.
In the car, you ain't put no out to dinner, nothing, no type of little setup, bro.
Why do it? But
Flowers, nothing, just this ring.
but
And then after 10 years.
Crystal,
Oh.
you said you want to be married.
So I know there's a lot of men who watched this video and literally said out loud, this woman is genuinely ungrateful. This man has taken the time to buy her an engagement ring and she doesn't want to accept it because it's not on her terms, it's not her way, and she's ungrateful because any other woman would have accepted that ring if they really wanted to get married. I understand the thought process, I understand the perspective, but let me elaborate a little bit. So towards the end of the video, this man states, you're the one who wanted to get married. So essentially he bought a big Super Bowl ring. And if y'all know what I mean by Super Bowl ring, if you know, you know. He bought a big Super Bowl ring, which probably isn't even her type of ring, and proposed to her in the vehicle while she's driving after being together for 10 years. So I'm just speaking from my personal opinion here, and I'm just assuming a lot of these things, and y'all let me know if it's true or not. But I feel like a lot of women tend to expect to be proposed to within 2 to 5 years of the relationship, 5 being the absolute most, sometimes 6, but typically 2 to 5. Not only that, but women want to know and feel like you actually want to be engaged, like you actually want this, like you actually took the time to put thought and effort and energy into saying, you know what, I am happy with this woman and I want to make her as happy as I feel being with her. Therefore, you take the time and the effort to plan something out, especially after 10 years. And it doesn't have to be something that's necessarily extravagant or over the edge, especially if you know your woman. Because if you know your woman, she might like a candlelit dinner that you made at home and you took the time to get dressed up and buy her a nice dress and she got dressed up and you proposed to her at home over a candlelit dinner. Or you two get really dressed up and go to a fancy restaurant and you propose to her. Or you take her in the middle of Times Square, or you make sure her family's there and you surprise her with an engagement party. Who knows? But you are taking the time, the effort, and the energy to make sure not only she looks good on the day y'all propose, but also she's happy and satisfied with the way you proposed. And because you love her and because you care for her, you are taking the time, the effort, and the energy to make sure that this moment is right for not only her, not only for you, but for the both of you. When I say Super Bowl wedding ring, this is what I mean. This is the type of ring that you walk into any jewelry store and say, hey, I plan on proposing to my girlfriend. Which ring should I get? And they're always going to direct you to these rings. Now, I'm not saying that the rings are necessarily ugly. What I'm essentially saying is that every woman has a different type of ring that they would prefer. This is something that your woman's going to wear for the rest of her life. This is a symbol to show everybody else like, hey, I'm engaged and I'm also married. Because you love her and because you care about her, you would ask her, hey, what type of stone would you want? What kind of metals do you want? Do you want any engravings? It doesn't hurt to ask because you want to make sure that you get the ideal ring for her. I'm not saying go ask her and then next day go buy her the same ring and propose. I'm not saying do that, but like at least if you plan on proposing 3 months or 6 months from now, like do some research on your woman. Ask the questions. And after 10 years of being with your woman, you should know what your woman likes or have an idea of what she might want and have an idea of how you're going to propose, and you should be able to plan it all out. But when you record her, knowing that this isn't the type of engagement that's going to be satisfactory for her, and when you record her in a moment and you're cursing at her and you're yelling at her while she's driving and you're trying to propose to her at the same time, why would anybody want to say yes? It's not that she's ungrateful. It's not that she doesn't want to be engaged. It's the fact that the way he proposed after 10 years, it didn't say, well, you're ungrateful. Any other woman would have wanted this. That's not okay. And to follow that up by telling her, well, you're the one who wanted to be married, you should want to be married too. You should want to be engaged as well. You should want to spend the rest of your life with this woman the way she would want to spend the rest of her life with you. And for the men who just say, well, she's ungrateful, well, you have to understand why she's reacting the way she is. If you are ever unsure what your partner's timeline is as far as their expectation on when they want to be proposed to, when they want to be engaged, when they want to be married, when they want to have kids, what kind of ring do they want, what kind of house do they want, where do they want to live, ask, communicate, talk about it. Ask, communicate, talk about it. Not wait for moments like this to happen to want to start venting and communicating your wants and your needs.
So I know y'all seen that video where the dude proposed to his girlfriend after 10 years of them dating. 10 years? And then you're going to propose in the car while I'm driving. Then one of the first things you say is, you said you wanted to get married. That's a red flag automatically. I would rather take the time to count all of these leaves on this bush, these trees, than to actually believe a man when he says that, oh, it took me 10 years to figure out whether I wanted to be with you or not, and to actually accept that shit. See, me personally, you got about 3 years. You got 3 years max to pop that question of us dating. Because after that, I'm going to assume that you looking for somebody else. But back to what I'm saying, she was telling him, I don't want that shit no more. You can keep it. I wanted it 5 years ago and you ain't never popped the question. Now you want to pop it after 10 years? And I'm on her side because, like, what's going on? He really got me stuttering on this one because I'm like, the audacity of men, bro. Like, they really be trying us.